Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm obsessed with saving time, using systems and being more productive. And I'm always looking at ways that I can try and optimize certain areas in my life, and I refer to them as systems. What things can I put in place in these systems in my life that I can use the time more effectively, stop procrastinating and be able to get things done. So how do I run a successful business, but also being a husband, being a dad, being able to get to the gym and look after myself and also have time for myself and see family and friends? How am I able to do all these things? It's down to these 5 habits which we're going to be discussing in this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and leave a comment for the algorithm, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is to turn dead time into a live time, and this starts not when you wake up but actually before you go to bed. And the thing that I've done for the last 6 years is not have my phone in the bedroom. Get your phone out of the bedroom. A bedroom is for 3 things, and that is for going to sleep, having cuddles, and having sex. And that is it. It is not a place to be using your phone when you're in bed. And the habit that I built years ago was to get the phone out of the bedroom. And the way that I broke that habit was I had to do 30 burpees every time I brought my phone into the bedroom. So instead of waking up and sat there and scrolling on Instagram and looking at your emails, this is just procrastinating. Instead, get up, start pairing habits together. So for example, when I go downstairs and I put the kettle on, I'm also emptying the dishwasher. I actually have a little bit of a race to see how quickly I can empty the dishwasher before the kettle stops boiling. But you can also pair other habits together. So another thing that I do is when I go for a run or for a walk, I listen to a podcast or a TED talk. I also do this when I'm cooking. So when I'm cooking, I will listen to something, whether that's a podcast or a TED talk, and that's how I can pair habits together, and this is how I can save so much time. Up next is capture. What do I mean by capture? This is capturing information. We are living in a world where there's just information overload. We've got all this information on Instagram, all this information on LinkedIn, YouTube, the news, what people are saying. We're just bombarded by all this information. It's really hard. It can be really hard, unless you have great habits in place, to focus on the thing that you need to be focusing on. And I have a thing called capture. Now, I use a system called Notion, which is also referred to my second brain, and I have implemented from Tiago Forte his method of using Notion and using a second brain. And part of that second brain, I have a thing called capture. Now, I've got a lot of automation that works around this capture method because my background is technology and I utilize that within my businesses. But what I'm able to do is capture information. So when you're working on something, let's say you're working in your business or in your career, whatever it is, a thought pops up into your head, an idea comes up, you need to be able to capture that information, because you all have great ideas. You do have great ideas, but a lot of the time we forget about them. And you need a quick capture method to capture your thoughts, your notes, your ideas, and they need to go into a system. And the way that I do that is I use Notion. Now, I may just capture that on my phone. So I have an inbox on my phone. I'll do another video on this later where I actually capture information. So I literally just go capture and type in, remember to do X, remember to go to the shop, remember to do the VAT bill, whatever it is that's going on, I will type it into my capture, into my inbox, and come back to it later and then get back onto the thing that I was focusing on. And this could happen all the time. If I'm working on something using the Pomodoro method and I'm really focused on it and a thought pops up, I can just capture it, type it into my notes, whether that's on my phone or on my laptop. I also have it linked up to Alexa. Not now, Alexa. Apologies, Alexa. I have to wait for it to cancel. She doesn't know that one. I have Alexa, which is in all rooms in my house. And what I do is I can say to Alexa, hey Alexa, add to my to-do list. And this will synchronize and then go straight into my second brain. And I have different lists. So I could have, for example, if there's something that needs to go on the shopping list, I can say, hey Alexa, add salt to my shopping list. Or it could be related to my business. Hey Alexa, do LinkedIn post to my to-do list. It could be anything. But these thoughts could come in at any point when I'm in focused work, or when I'm playing with my child, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing things in the house. This is why I have Alexa in all rooms, and it's all linked up to my systems, and I can just shout commands, shout my reminders to her, and it all goes into my second brain, which I'll then filter through later and prioritize the tasks and work through them. The third one is to starve all your distractions. If you have notifications on your phone, then the phone controls you and you're not controlling the phone. I do not have any notifications on my phone. In fact, I have different focus modes that work on the phone. So when I'm in work mode, the apps that are on my home screen are all related to work and business. At 6 p.m, for example, it flips to family mode, and all my work and business related apps, they then disappear, and I then have a picture of my family, and that reminds me that I'm in family mode. So then I have these different modes, and I can do another video on this. And the reason why this is so important is because we'll just get distracted. As soon as a message pops up on your screen, you are distracted. So disable your notifications, especially the ones that are on social media. If you're using social media for your business, then you can set reminders in your diary to go and check them. For example, I use LinkedIn. I have a reminder in the morning to go and actually check LinkedIn and do the work that I need to do on LinkedIn. And then I have a reminder in the afternoon to then go back in and respond back to comments and respond back to, clients, etc. So having those reminders in is essential if you're using social media for work. But disabling the notifications, if you don't have them disabled, it's just going to keep distracting you and end up wasting time. If you need to do deep work, one of the things that I do when I need to be fully focused and I've got to get this number one task, this most important task completed, I put the phone out of the room. It's the only way it's going to work. I've done other things like turn it on airplane mode, put it at the other end of the room there, but I'll still may stand up and go and reach it. If you put it out of the room, and this is all part of breaking a habit, make it really difficult. So I'll leave my phone out of the room. I may even leave it downstairs, just whilst I need to focus for the next hour or 2 hours and get this piece of work done. An app that you can use that really helps is the 1Sec app. I have been using this app for a few months now, and it is an absolute game changer, especially around apps where you have a habit which you know are not serving you. Things like social media, things like Instagram and Facebook, etc., where you're just mindlessly going in and opening up these apps. But the 1Sec app has really helped in breaking a habit of going onto social media, and it saves me so much time. And it's all about using your time intentionally. If you need to go on social media, then it's just making that time more intentional as to why you're being in there, instead of just scrolling aimlessly and looking at absolute nonsense. The fourth habit that I use is get excited about things. So I even did it before recording this video because I knew I had to record this video. I've made a commitment that I'll get a video out every Sunday, and I do this for a lot of my tasks. So even the tasks that I don't feel like doing, maybe the boring tasks, especially in the business, that I'm like, this is quite boring and monotonous. And the way that I do that is I change my state. If you're sat down like this going, I can't be bothered, oh, I've got that task to do, oh, I better get started, yeah, I better do it, whatever. Look how you sat. When you're sat like this, your state is everything. So if you sit up and change your state, you're more likely to get that task done. And I even do press-ups, star jumps, just do them in my office here. When I'm, if I'm looking at this task and I'm procrastinating, I'll just snap out, jump out of my chair, do 5 or 10 press-ups or sit-ups or star jumps, and then get back into it. And this is about getting excited about doing the work. Ali Abdaal talks about this, and he says, make it an adventure. And he's right, get excited about it. And it's an amazing method and a habit that you can build which helps you get excited about work and stop wasting time. And the fifth and final one is to take a break from alcohol. Stop drinking alcohol. I am almost 6 years alcohol free, and this has to be the number one thing which can help save time and stop procrastinating. Because when you're hungover and you're tired and you're irritable, you just waste time. But also, when you take a break from alcohol, you start to realize that actually where you can use your time more effectively. You start to become aware, because all the alcohol's doing is it's affecting your mental cognition, it's affecting your behavior, it's making you tired, it's making you irritable, it's making you stressed, and it's making you more anxious. It's adding to all this stuff. But when you remove the booze, this is an absolute game changer when it comes to saving time and staying focused on the things that you really need to be focused on. Living with purpose, living with peace. So not only does stopping alcohol help you save time, it gives you more mental clarity, more focus, more energy, and then you can start to understand where you want to use that time more effectively. You become more aware. And if you are interested in going alcohol free, you can join our 30-day alcohol reset challenge. This is an online course which is specifically designed for high performers. We use healthy habit creation and help you transform your relationship with alcohol so you can live with more peace, more clarity, have more energy, have more focus. And we give you all the tips and tricks on how to navigate the world completely alcohol free. If you're interested in joining the Alcohol Reset Challenge, then I'll leave the links below and you can check it out. So overall, these habits save me so much time. I would say over 3 hours a day by practicing these habits. And these habits have taken a long time to build in, and I actually learned them from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Start small, work on one thing, and I hope you found something useful in this video and you could just pick one out and go from there. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I would say stop drinking alcohol, because that is the thing that's going to help you build the other habits in the other areas, in all areas of your life. Because what alcohol does is it just keeps tripping you up with your consistency. So you may do really well Monday to Friday, but then you go out and drink and that affects your consistency in all those other areas of your life. So I would actually start with that one first. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment for the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video.